What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. Just wanted to do a quick live broadcast at the request of some of my subscribers. There, this is really just a spur of the moment thing because I saw you guys were had some questions about Lake Eufaula. I know that is coming up for some of you guys this weekend and also next weekend. And I've been getting a few questions about it. So thought I'd just hop on here real quick and help some of you guys out. I will put a link in the description of a few tournaments that I've had there. I had a real good weekend when I was there. I can't remember what month it was, but it was around this time, maybe a few weeks earlier than this. But basically, I believe I had about 45 pounds over a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because it was a 2-day tournament, pre-fish for 2 days. So that turned out very well for me. I will put a link in the description for that. I see a few guys hopping in here real quick. And like I was saying, guys, this is just a spur of the moment live stream for you guys that are going to be fishing Lake Eufaula. I had a subscriber that just had a few questions about it. So thought I'd just hop on here real quick. If anybody hops in here with some questions, I'll answer those. But really all I'm going to do is just go over some quick things if you are going to be fishing Lake Eufaula that have been successful for me. So just take this information, kind of tweak it, dial it in to however, it fits you and what type of practice that you had. All right. I see Chauncey Davis. Good to see you hopping in here real quick. All right, guys. So let's just get right into it. Lake Eufaula. You see the water temps are starting to heat up. Whenever I was there around this time, those fish were kind of, I'd say they were moving in and out of the cove. So some of them were on their way in, some of them were on their way out. So I was fishing primarily the center of the coves. And like I said, the link will be in the description for the videos whenever I fish there, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about as far as once I go over these. So I've had success fishing shallow on Lake Eufaula, either when you head up north from Lake Point, the Lake Point Resort, heading north from there, and also going south from there, depending on what kind of weather they've been experiencing there. It can get kind of tough, guys. Lake Eufaula can be a very tough lake. So sometimes you may be dealing with some stained water, which a lot of times is up towards the northern end. Some guys like fishing that more of a stained water because it will cause those fish to pull in closer to any type of structure and cover and things like that. But if you guys want to find that clearer water, you have to head down south, go into those two bridges, ride it out till you get to that clear water or whatever type of water that you're looking for. But let's just go ahead and get straight into these baits, guys. Like I said, this is just going to be a real quick video. If you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and pop those in the comment section. And also, if you see the comment section after this video is done or you're rewatching it, feel free to hop in there. My subscribers, if you see some guys that are asking some questions, you can go ahead and hop in and talk to them about it too. All right, guys. So blast off. Starting off in the morning, you know how Lake Eufaula is. It is very tricky whenever you're running and you have to stay inside of those buoy markers. For me, I have found that it is best to use your mapping. For me, that is what I do. I follow my mapping and the buoys a little bit. Sometimes those buoys, from what I heard, they may not be maintaining them as much as they used to. So just be prepared to use your mapping. But in the morning, one thing that I like to start off with is a buzz bait, guys. So if you are lucky enough to find some productive grass out there, you can pull this over the grass, fish those grass edges. Buzz baits are known for getting big bites. And in a lot of cases, you guys will be fishing as a team tournament. So you want to have one of you guys on that top water bait. Another guy can throw something like, say, a buzz, a prop bait or something like that. So something that is going to get those reaction strikes early in the morning and get those bigger fish to the boat. Of course, as always, you want to get that 5-fish limit as quickly as you can, because then you can move on to trying to get that bigger bite and catch those kicker fish. Another good thing that you guys, and once you're shallow, and you can go a little mid-depth and things like that also with a chatterbait. So depending on the water clarity and what type of cover or structure you're fishing, that chatterbait on Lake Eufaula, as you guys know, if you've done your research, is something that works very well. Just change that trailer out depending on how much water displacement that you want. That chatterbait is something to go ahead and keep on deck. The next thing, whenever you are coming across docks, or even just keep in mind those grass edges and things like that, guys, that wacky rig. Do not underestimate the wacky rig. So depending on the water clarity, for me, I stick with the green pumpkins, watermelons, or black and blues. Just that simple. You can drag this over the grass, let it fall into the little pockets or things like that. Make sure you're fishing that on braid if you're going to be doing that. If you're going to be fishing it around docks, things like that. For me, I fish it on around 12-pound line. All right. The next thing is a good shaky head. Depending on the type of cover or structure that you're fishing on Lake Eufaula, the shaky head is a very, very effective bait. That is what I pretty much use to catch that 17-pound bag whenever I was fishing there. But depending on the water clarity, again, if you need more water displacement, you may want to go with a speed worm, something that has that little U-tail on there. Dip that in chartreuse. That's something that has been very effective for me. And also, if the fish are very finicky, just keep it simple. Just go with a Magnum shaky head worm or a trick worm, something like that. All right, let's see. The next thing, guys, crankbaits. As you move a little more offshore, which I'm thinking that those fish are going to be at more so this time of year, and with these water temps, this color right here, pick the depth that you're going to be, 6XD, 5XD, whatever type of crankbait you feel comfortable fishing with. But that color is something that I have found very effective whenever I found a school of fish on Lake Eufuala. That is what I was able to make back-to-back casts with and catch those fish. All right, the other thing, of course, everybody knows if you have live imaging, that jerk bait is very effective on Lake Eufaula. If you already know what to do with this jerk bait, this information I'm giving you probably isn't going to really be too much new information to help you out anyways, because you already know what you're doing. If you can take this and put this to work on Lake Eufaula. The other thing, offshore fishing. Do not be afraid, even if you're on some of those shallow brush piles, to throw a big worm. The colors that you want to look at are going to be red bug and plum. Texas rig, if you're fishing deeper water, for me, I throw it on a 1/4 ounce. On the shallower water, I will throw it on a 3/16, something that it won't just dig down into the cover or structure that I'm fishing. All right, guys, that is my quick rundown for Lake Eufaula. But let me go ahead and add in three more things for you real quick. So the other thing, if you find, like I said, some productive grass and you need to fish something that is weedless and you want to be able to get that through there, don't forget about the flashy swimmer. So you have that swim bait and you also have that flash on there. So you can fish this through the grass. You can fish it over the grass, let it fall into the pockets, into the grass, and also fish the grass line. Very productive areas on Lake Eufaula, guys. And the other thing to keep in mind is fishing some type of creature bait. This right here, I have it on a 1/8 ounce tungsten, and this is a Zoom Z Craw. Just dip that in some chartreuse, and you can actually fish this on brush piles. You can fish it shallow, and also you can fish it in the grass. So you can throw it right on top of the grass. And again, guys, you want to throw this on braid on Lake Eufaula, because you never know when you're going to get that 7 or 8 pounder on that line and you have to dig that fish out of there. Let's see. So with that, just drag it on top of the grass. You can let it fall into the pockets, but just be ready. If they hit, make sure that you have that braid on deck, guys. And the other thing that is very effective on the brush piles. Now, with a team tournament, guys, if you are able to get those 5 fish and you need that kicker, do not forget about a big swim bait. This right here is the mag draft, and I actually have that on a, let me just pull it out of here real quick and just show you guys. So the mag draft, I have that on a flashy swimmer. I believe that is with the 8/0 hook, and that is the 6-inch. So if you are able to kind of endure through it, because you won't get a lot of bites, but when you do get a bite, it will be the bite that you need, guys. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking for that kicker fish, that may be something that you want to throw. Remember, grass edges. And if you are fishing around docks or any type of structure that you can see on your live imaging, if you're using that, that is something that you want to keep in mind. All right, and let me see. So that is pretty much it, guys. Let me just take a look over at the comment section real quick just to see who is in here. All right, we see Chauncey Davis. Let me just pull this up real quick. What's up, fam? I'm on deck. All right, I really appreciate it, Chauncey. You are always supporting the channel. All right, let's see. All right, we see Chauncey Davis says the weather report seems like it's going to rain. That's what I was thinking, guys. So if it's going to rain on Lake Eufaula, and on top of that, if they're going to be pulling that water, if that current starts moving, if you're fishing the 2-day tournament, if the water is already stained and starting to get murky, that clear water is going to be down heading toward the south end. But the thing about that is the water is going to be kind of rough. Some people may or may not be able to make it down and back up in that rough water. It'll beat you up pretty bad. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so let's see what else Chauncey has to say. The problem I had last time I fished Lake Eufuala was my boater going too fast on the trolling motor and not fishing prime areas that we've passed. Okay, we can talk about this real quick. All right, the problem I had last time is when I fished Lake Eufaula, my boater was going too fast. Okay, so Lake Eufaula, too fast. Remember, we discussed this issue whenever we went over a few things that co-anglers were complaining about, and just saying whenever they may or may not have been backboated. If that boater is moving fast, one of the things that I would say on this lake, he's moving fast, more than likely he's fishing shallow water. So one of the things that you can do is fish something like the Flashy Swimmer, because this, you can pick the size weight that you want on there. So if they're fishing faster, then of course you want a faster weight. I mean, a heavier weight. So that allows you to fish your bait a little bit faster, and it's weedless. So if you're able to cast and fish the grass edges, throw it to the edge of grass, pull it over it, and you just have to, kind of think on the fly with it based on the situation that you're in. But I remember you were part of that conversation whenever we were talking about that. So hopefully you remember some of those tips that some of the other subscribers were suggesting and everything. So hopefully that helps you out with that. All right, guys, we have Joshua B. Fishing. Make sure you guys check out his channel. He does kayak fishing, kayak tournaments. He also has the live system. He has some great videos, guys. Make sure you check out his channel and subscribe. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, Joshua. I really appreciate you stopping in. All right, and let's see who else we have here. Team Zipper Lips. All right, like that name. All right, Eufaula is one of my favorite lakes. I haven't been there in a long time. Last time I was there, I fished with Tom Mann. Wow. Hey, I'm pretty sure that's a memorable trip right there, guys. All right, let's see. We have a few more guys coming in here. But guys, really, this was just a quick video, because one of my subscribers had some questions about Lake Eufaula. They hadn't been there before, and they were just kind of wanting to know what to expect. Real quick, if there's anyone that is going to be fishing Lake Eufaula this weekend or next weekend, and you're in the comments, I think Chauncey is going to be fishing it. And is there anyone else that's watching right now that's going to be fishing Lake Eufaula next week? If so, just drop a quick comment. All right, not really seeing anything down there. But like I said, guys, we've been on here for coming on about 15 minutes. Make sure you guys check out the Patreon. Just click on that. I have some information in there. The link is in the description. I've dropped a few videos on there to give you more detailed information about Lake Eufaula and some tips on things that you can do whenever you're fishing that lake. So check that out, guys. Let me see. I think that is it for now, guys. Let's see. We have one of my fellow YouTubers stopping by to say hello and show support. All right, Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right, guys, if you guys want some good cooked home meals, this is the channel that you want to check out. Maggie, the substitute teacher. Let me hit it one time for you. All right, thanks you for stopping by. But all right, guys, that is all for tonight. I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. If you did not hit it on the way in, make sure you hit it on the way out, and I will see you guys on the next one.